So yeah, I thought I'd do a video on adults being closed off, being emotionally distant, being too busy, being too preoccupied with the life and the plans and all that. And I guess that's fair enough and all that, but I've noticed it's becoming a bit too much. It's the normal way of living these days, it's the normal way of thinking where people are very closed off, quite defensive, to stick to their own cliques, valued smaller circles. And I've probably talked about this before in videos and stuff, but I don't know if I've made a separate video on this. I might have, but I can't remember. But it's become very normal, and I don't know. It might have been different in the past where people were a bit more open, a bit more community valued, like they have community values, a bit more open to meeting people, meeting new people, but I don't think that's really the case these days. But yeah, it's just typical, really, and something, especially since being an adult, like throughout my adult years and being a teenager, I think it's become a bit of a trend now where you struggle to connect with people because people are closed off. And like, I've got Asperger's, and I've mentioned it in the past that Asperger's, you're supposed to struggle socially, but I don't really think that's the case with me. I don't think I'm really that bad socially. Like, I might struggle with shyness or something at the worst. But I think, like, really the real thing is people. It's just normal for people to be very private and very closed off, value smaller circles, smaller groups of friends, and if you're not in that circle, you're an outsider, and they don't really have time to do things with you, plan things with you, and at the end of the day, they're probably not really that bothered about it. Where I've had a few mates in the past that's been a bit like that. Like, I remember messaging someone who I used to go to school with. Don't know if I'd call him a mate. He's a bit of probably an acquaintance, but I tried to be mates with him. And I guess we're a bit more friendly. I guess like we seem to get on and all that. And I've messaged him in the past, invited him to the pub, invited him round to my house now that I live on my own and supported living, and it's not really happened. He's never really got round to it, and I guess that's kind of shows that he's not really interested. And a few other people know, like another mate, I probably still see him, but it's very rare. And he's one of them where when you message him, he takes about 2 days to reply. That's probably just a sign he's not really bothered, because that's usually a thing. That's what I've learned anyway, to be honest. And yeah, a few other mates. I've got a mate at the minute that's probably a bit similar, where I'd say, "Oh, do you fancy going cinema or do you fancy going pub?" And she said, "Not really into beer and stuff," which is fair enough. I'm not. I appreciate a drink, but I wouldn't say I'm a mad alcoholic myself. So I don't blame her, to be honest. But yeah, that's just another thing. Invited her to the cinema, and I don't know. You just get the maybe answer, but nothing is probably going to happen. And she's mentioned, "Oh, I think you should meet my brother. I think you'd get on with my brother," which I don't know. There might be something there, but yeah, that's a topic for another video. and it's just typical, and it's quite frustrating because I think I've known it deep down for a long time. The real reason for my socialisation, it's not us, it's just people are just closed off. They're clicky, they're very private, defensive, just value the privacy, and to a level that's fair enough. Even I'd probably say I'm a bit like that to a level, but it's no wonder it's become very difficult to have friends these days, have mates, try and do things because it's become very difficult where the world's kind of set up for you to not really socialise, and it's not just work culture and volunteering, like there's not really any opportunity out there to meet people, it feels. I don't think. Hopefully I'm wrong there, but at the minute I think that's the case, and a lot of people seem to agree with me on that and spoken to in the past. So I don't know. I don't think it's really a me problem. It's just a problem of the world, a problem of the system, where just how people are these days. It's kind of a cold, rigid sort of feeling around. I think, especially in England. And, yeah, what the answer to that is, like, don't know. I'm a bit fed up of it all, to be honest. And but yeah, it's a shame, really. Like I mentioned to someone who I know at the minute, it's a shame that that's a thing because you know some people I really get on with, and it seems like you know I could have a proper good time with them. But the unfortunate truth is, at the end of the day, they're probably just not really that bothered about hanging out. Time will tell, but and all I can do is attempt to like, but maybe that'd make me come across as a bit needy. You know, I just message them and like, hey, do you fancy hanging out, or do you fancy going to cinema or the pub, or just what have you, some escape room or something in Manchester, which is probably good for that sort of stuff. But it's just how it is, isn't it? It's the story of my adult life. It feels like rejection, and in a way, it kind of is rejection. Where rejection is probably the story of my adult slash teenage life, where that's just how people are. But well, yeah, if anyone who comes across this video, let me know your thoughts on that. Like, I'd be interested to know. But yeah, goodbye.